June 27th is celebrated as Canadian Multicultural Day. So we should be all proud of this celebration and heritage. And so diversity is a sign of growth. And I want to talk 2 minutes about this multiculturalism and how we should incorporate that in our life. So we hear a lot of talk about religious tolerance or cultural tolerance, and which is very good, but we have to move from tolerance to acceptance. Okay, the tolerance is kind of a misnomer because you kind of tolerate somebody you don't like, but you still tolerate them. So acceptance is more like open heart and accepting everybody as the same. From acceptance, then we should move on to celebration. Okay, we should celebrate each other's culture and accept the diversity and celebrate. And when I came to Canada, what I liked about is I landed in Winnipeg because I went to University of Manitoba, and there's a tagline for Manitoba: "Friendly Manitoba," and Manitoba really stands for it because the moment I landed, right from taxi drivers to bus drivers or anybody, my professors, everybody was so friendly. They just helped me like their own baby and helped me thrive. Even strangers, car used to stop so that you can cross the road. It was so friendly. So, and no matter who came in my life, and they didn't belong to my culture at all, they were so friendly to me. And that kind of stuck with me, that we can all coexist no matter where we belong by mutual acceptance and celebrating each other's culture. And that's a striking difference between probably Canada and rest of the Western countries. I have some friends in US who told me that when their kids go to school or daycare, they're told parents are told that only speak in English because the child will then, get adjusted to the daycare atmosphere. But here, when my first child, all my kids are born here, she went to the daycare. The supervisor of the daycare told me, don't stop speaking in Hindi at home. Children have the ability to learn three languages at the same time. So that was such a stark difference between our Canadian culture and other concepts. So we should be proud of being in Canada, where we celebrate the diversity, where sometimes each month is devoted to a particular ethnic group or culture. So, and we should thrive that way because diversity is surely a sign of growth. And people who don't like diversity or they just want to preserve their own culture, I think they're coming from a factor of fear or insecurity because a culture which accepts everybody doesn't have to fear anything. Everybody can grow together. And an example in the nature is a banyan tree. Banyan tree is so huge that it covers maybe many square kilometers of area. It gives shade to so many things, so many lives and people also. And traditionally, yoga schools in India used to run under this banyan tree. There was no brick and mortar. It's always under a tree. So we should all become so huge and we should be accepting and giving shade to everybody, that we should not have any fear that somebody will destroy our existence, right? And yoga teaches exactly that. Yoga teaches us to merge with infinity so that we can accept everything. People can merge into us. People can get inspired by us, and then we don't have to fear anybody and we grow, everybody grows together. All right. So with that bhav, that feeling, we should sit in our meditation that we have to become so big in our heart that we accept everything and anything, and so that, and but nothing affects us, right? Everybody bring a gentle smile on your face and gently close your eyes, and we'll meditate in silence. We'll just focus on our breath and probably just give a count to our in breath and out breath. So 1, 2, 3 in breath, 1, 2, 3 out breath. When we grow in yoga, when we grow inside our own self, that duality in the outer world ends. We don't feel any difference between self and others. And our nature becomes of just giving, just like the huge tree that only gives. Everybody should find refuge in us, and we should be so big in our heart that there's no judgment, only acceptance and love. Try to incorporate holding in your breath. So 1, 2, 3 in breath, 1, 2, 3 hold, and 1, 2, 3 out breath. And follow a pattern of deep diaphragmatic breathing where when you breathe in, the tummy goes out. When you breathe out, the tummy goes in. Last 1 minute. Try to increase the count of your in-breath, hold, and out-breath to up to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In-breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Holding. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhalation. Let's begin the alternate nostril breathing, and we'll introduce the holds in alternate nostril breathing. So again, introduce count 1, 2, 3 in breath, 1, 2, 3 hold, 1, 2, 3 out breath. Repeat the pattern. Focus on air entry and exit. And the air should be so subtle, the air entry and exit, that you should not even hear the sound of your breath. It should be smooth, gentle, and very, very subtle, just like normal breathing. You don't have to put any extra effort. Again, when you inhale, the tummy should go out. On exhalation, the tummy should go in. Feel the temperature and sensation of air inside your nostrils. Last 1 minute. Try to increase the count to 5 of the in-breath, hold, and out-breath. Thirty more seconds. Keep going. Okay, you can finish off your cycle. Sit straight, everybody, and we'll do the Khechri Mudra. Roll your tongue up so that the tip of your tongue is touching the upper palate, and count till 100. Okay, if you lose the count, start back on 1 and see for how long you can count, and your focus is on your tongue as well as the count.